Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So, guys, we have Sushit here. He's an online study for you student. So recently he have got placed in Infosys. So he's here to share the complete experience regarding his journey towards cracking the Infosys. So this will be super beneficial for all of you. So please do watch this video to the very end. Okay. So Sushit, before we get into the whole of the journey, would like to know about you, like which graduation are you, which year of pass out, which is specialization, everything, please.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me here today. Hello everyone. I am Shushit Chakravorty. I belong from the city of Joy, Kolkata, in the state of West Bengal. I have a small family of two, me and my father, who is a biochemist by profession. And about my academics, I have pursued my BTech in specialization with computer science engineering from the Neotia University, situated in West Bengal only. And during my college days, I have been part of many social events. An honorable mention would be I have been awarded first prize for IBM technical poster competition. And about my final year project, me along with another team member, we have worked and built a Python-based virtual assistant and named it as Leo. And I would conclude my introduction with my hobbies that I have. I love to listen to music and I read a lot of self growth books that helps me stay motivated. So yeah, that's all from my side, ma'am.
Okay. So could you please mention which year of pass out you are, like
Yeah, I am passed out in 2021.
2021? Okay, fine.
Yeah,
So we'll start with the journey to Infosys. So
yeah,
which slot you have applied for? I mean, which
uh,
month you have applied for and how was your
yeah.
preparation?
So I basically applied on like first week of January. I guess I have applied for that Infosys assessment, and on 23rd of January I received my first mail that I have like assessment on 23rd, and then I could actually I started preparing for like 4 5 days before my interview. Sorry, my assessment, and I took a lot of help from the online study material, online study for you as a channel or other YouTube platform. I only studied from there only, and on after that, I was on 28th of January, I guess I received my result that I was shortlisted for like interview, shortlisted for HR plus TR interview round. And my assessment round was, I would say, it was quite, I would say, moderate to tough. If not tough, but I won't say it was as easy as well. My particular set of question was, I'd say moderate, like two. So I struggle in few sections, like in the like for even in the pseudo codes, they were asked like more. I had a lot of time complexity questions, like what would be the complexity and like all those things, and even in the aptitudes also. So, but I would request everyone to see that online study for you has a pseudo code for Capgemini pseudo code playlist that helped me a lot, like for solving these questions and prepare. So apart from that, in my puzzle section, and the verbal was easy. Verbal was it is almost like it's just a communication skill. If you're good in communication, you'll be able to easily answer the verbal thing. They were not much tough, but in the puzzle section, I guess there were four questions. I was able to answer four of them luckily, and I studied. I watched a lot of puzzle videos, and the two of them were quite tricky. So I solved two of them very easily, and I had a lot of time left, so I could solve all the four of them. So yeah, my assessment was quite. I would say it was good. It was bad, but I guess as my set was tough, so the cutoff actually accordingly. About the many students think about the cutoff marks. What would be the cutoff for section or overall cutoff marks? So I would about my from my observations, I would say that the cutoff depends on the set of your question and how it is. Like how on an average students are like appearing like attempting the question. If there's a 10 question and on an average everyone has attempted 5 or 6 questions, so your cutoff will be accordingly to that. So you don't, it is not mandatory that you have to answer always like 70 to 80% of the answers or something like that. So yeah, this was my assessment round.
Okay, so it's moreover like we don't need to compare other students, like other people who set up the
Right, right,
exam.
right.
Yeah, when we are looking for the
Absolutely.
cutoff and trying to gain
Right,
marks over that, then we are sort of comparing. So just see
right,
how can you do your questions and
right,
how
right,
can you
right.
prepare for that. That's completely fine. Okay.
Absolutely. Stay prepared. You need to be prepared because you cannot like go for already sit for an assessment and you can not expect that you will be able to answer everything. Even though the questions are easy, you have to like you have to walk by the time. So
Hmm.
and one of the tip I would like to say that about the assessment that unlike our school boards or any competitive exam we have appeared for in so many years, we had to sorry, we had to go for the time, like we had to see, and we had to wear analog watches, or we had to ask the invigilator about the time remaining. But in case of every company's exam, be it Infosys, Accenture, TCS, whatsoever it is, there's an ongoing timer on the screen. That is like I would recommend and I would request everyone to have a look on that timer because it helps a lot. Like with my personal experience, I'm saying this because in few section, like if there's like if there's 15 question and you have total 30 minutes of time, divide your time with 2 minutes each for each like questions. Do not like if you're struggling in a particular question, like do struggle for like try it for 2 minutes. If you're not sure still about the answer, go move ahead with other questions. Maybe because if you struggle, like in my cases, in few exams, in case of Accenture or some other exams, I have like spent a lot of times in solving one question, and I was like in the at the end of the things that the questions were very easy but they were lengthy. I had to read the question. I could have solved the question very easily. I knew the answers but I did not have time to read and solve individually. So I would like to do not struggle in a single question. Maybe the later questions will be easier for you. So go ahead. So
Yeah.
that is my
Yes.
yeah.
So
So that is my
for the time management, the only key that you can do is practice. Get used to
practice.
those kind
Definitely,
of
definitely,
questions. Yeah, because it's
definitely,
completely
ma'am.
different from what we are having in school level or college level.
Right,
So
right, right.
yeah, so
You have to
to
be aware of the things like that is about to come. Yeah.
yes, yes. So getting introduced to each and every type of questions will help you to
Right,
solve them in particular time. So just keep this in
right.
mind, like only like almost 1 minute only for one question. So if you could solve one question within half minutes, then you can contribute that
Yeah,
half
you
minutes to the
can
next
put
question.
true, true,
So only that
true,
adjustment you
true.
can make. Apart from that, only 1 minute per question. So it's important to manage your time. Okay. So, so we're done with the online assessment, and you felt like it's
Yeah,
moderate with practice. You can do it good.
yeah, yeah. You can do it. Yeah,
Yeah. So after
it was
that,
doable.
yeah, after this, when you got to know the result and how was the further steps?
After my result, I too received my result on 28th of January, as I mentioned, and like shortlisted for the interview. And then my interview was scheduled on 9th of February.
Mhm.
So that was on 9th of February on 9:20 a.m. My interview was scheduled, and like I joined 10 minutes early on 9th of February. I was quite anxious. That was my first interview, so I was quite anxious about it. So I joined 10 minutes early, and like I kept waiting for a few time. Like my interview did not join till 10:30. Like 10:30 when it was 10:30, like I was like till 10 also, like I waited for like my interview was on 9:20 and I waited for 10 till 10 o'clock. So it was almost around 40 minutes. My interview still did not join. So I was quite anxious and quite worried what is happening if there's issue from my side only for joining and also my actually. So I mailed them about this that I had interview from 9:20, but my interviewer did not join. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to wait or am I supposed to leave? Or what is the process? I was not understanding. So I was only stuck at the screen that says that when the meeting starts, we will let the person know that you're waiting. I was
Mhm.
only stuck with that. That was, I guess, on Windows Team platform. So yeah.
Mhm.
So that day my interview did not happen, and I waited for almost 2 hours. So I was quite like nervous, and I was quite like in many cases I went to the internet search like if the interview gets rescheduled or what is happening if someone has also faced like this. So I was not aware that this used to happen. I was thinking that this is only happening to me in a particular case.
Mhm.
So I saw some of the students were saying that yeah it gets rescheduled. Some were saying no it doesn't get rescheduled. So I was quite anxious and kept on mailing them like 1 to 2 days prior, like in a gap that I please do reschedule my interview or something like that. So on I guess Around 11th of February, I received a form that suggests that due to some unavoidable circumstances, your interview could not take place. So, are you still willing to take part in the Infosys campus drive? So, you had to fill up that form just with your email ID, and just you have to say that yes, that I want to go for the interview. So, yeah, I did that. Then I suppose after 7 to 8 days, like on 16th of February, I had that interview mail that my interview was scheduled on 16th of February. So yes, and on 16th of February at 10 a.m. So that time also I joined 10 minutes earlier from my time, and at my surprise, the interview was already there. Like on the I was before joining, I was quite anxious that if what is going to happen this time. But my at my surprise, I went and saw that interview was already there, and she was a lady, and she was quite humble. She started with a good morning, and she told me that she was working with Infosys and all. Then she so this is how then my interview started. So
Yeah, okay.
on
Yeah, so one common thing that we usually see is after online assessment, they'll announce the result, but only 24 hours or 48 hours before they will intimate the date of interview. So
right,
after
right,
getting the date of interview, it can be short time. Being a fresher to prepare for the interview, it can be
right.
short time. So, like in your case, have you started the interview preparation soon after you get the result of online assessment? And what are the preparations that you took for your interview?
Ma'am, I would say that they mention that you will receive a mail in 48 hours prior to your interview, but actually this does not happen. That you receive a mail just 1 day before your interview. So you have to be well prepared and well aware of the process you are going to do. Like you should be prepared about your interview. So I started my preparation after my assessment got over. I started my preparation only like about the interview. So like I received on 28th of January, I received my mail for that interview. So I had almost around 6 to 7 days time for preparing for my interview, like preparing my self introduction and other things. So
Mhm.
about the in case of interview, the question are almost repetitive. Like I have seen lot of lot of this on experiences like on online experiences about the interview, and this actually helps a lot, really helps a lot. It helps you stay like have a understanding of how the interview is going to be, how you are supposed to answer, what question can come for you. So it helps a lot, and I just there's mostly there's same questions like about the oops concept, about your project, and about like one. And I would request everyone to like have at least one programming language clear, either it is C, Java, C++, whatsoever you are comfortable with. Just you might face some question from any of the technical like sites. So yeah,
Mm.
I prepared for roughly around 5 6 days for the interview.
Okay, okay.
And you after receiving the mail, you won't have time to like prepare, like you cannot prepare in 1 day, so you have to
Yes.
be starting pre. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, could you please recall the questions that you have faced in interview? So, yeah, for better understanding.
Yes, ma'am. For the questions, it started with my self introduction.
Mm-hmm.
She greeted me good morning, and I also greeted her back, and then she asked me to introduce myself. So I introduced myself, and then she went straight to she asked me about like oops concept. First all after my introduction went went to ask me about the oops concept. What do I know about oops? So I said yes, and I answered. She asked me about give me a brief about oops, and then she asked me to explain class and object. So I
Mm-hmm.
did that, and after that with the examples, and I just my then she asked me a question on inheritance. She asked me about, do you know about the pillars of the OOPS concept? I said yes, and then she asked me, okay, can you explain inheritance and its types and with the examples? I said yes, I can do that. So I explain inheritance. So after that, I was expecting. I thought as she started with some technical question after my introduction, so I was expecting more of the technical questions. Then
Mm-hmm.
after that, two question after the inheritance, she asked me that which year I'm pass out on. So
Mm-hmm.
I said on 2021. Then her immediate question was, what after 2021 till the time now, what have you worked on yourself? Like so. this was a question, so I answered it like this. I have read some project. I have done some good coding knowledge on Python and everything. So after that, then she was quite. I would say I was asked mostly HR questions. Like rather, I was expecting technical question, and I also prepared a lot for technical question as I had. My interview got rescheduled, and I got a lot of time, and my project was on Python. So also in my self introduction, I have mentioned that I have keen knowledge about DBMS, Python, and other things. So I was expecting I will be asked from those things, but my interview did not ask me those questions, and I was not at all. Then she asked me. Then I was asked another HR question that um, oh, I have mentioned in my CV that I have good leadership skills and I have good team game nature in me. So she asked me, how can you say that? Give me an example in your life that you have that leadership skills and that you are a good team game. So share some experiences regarding that. So I shared few experiences for that, and then after that, she asked me like. Also in my CV, I have mentioned that my course was on computer science BTech specialization in cybersecurity. So she asked me some question. She asked me that you have mentioned cybersecurity in your CV. So what do you know about cybersecurity? What are the trending security protocols the companies are following? So and like that. So she asked me, then do you know about Facebook and Facebook, how Facebook is implementing different security protocols? So I was not much sure about the answer, but I said, ma'am, yeah, I know about Facebook and they have a Hall of Fame technology. They have different bug hunting properties. So I answered it accordingly as much as I knew. So when she was quite okay with that, and she was like, okay, have so, and then she asked me another question that um, you are from okay, you are as you are in IT field, so what brings you here, why you want to work in at that IT field? So I would also like to share my answer. Like she was quite impressed that I said as an I am quite fascinated towards IT, as like it makes as an engineer it makes our life day to day life very easy. Like suppose we go to an ATM, we need immediate cash, we just go to an ATM, we put a card, and we get we can take out the cash. So the whole process, the background thing, the coding has been done by an IT engineer to that ATM machine. So uh, that is what I'm fascinated towards it. So the interview was quite impressed with that answer, and she said this was a good answer. So and then and yeah, like this was how it is. So
Okay. Okay. So it's about a pretty detailed explanation that you gave, like completely was
yeah,
working along with you throughout the interview
yeah.
process. Yeah.
Also I she asked me about my strength and my weaknesses, like
Mhm.
what is my strength and what is my weakness. Also, oh, also she asked me that what most challenging thing I have ever faced in my life, like entire time. What is the most challenging thing I have faced, and what have I applied to recover that thing? So yeah, like I
Oh.
was mostly asked about the HR questions.
Okay. So this is a scenario like most, some of them are getting more of technical questions, some of them are getting more
Right,
of
right.
HR
It
question.
totally completely depends on the interviewer.
Yes, yes, exactly. So, prepare for the worst so we can get the best. So that's all
True,
I can suggest you. So everyone, without preparation, nothing, because we are freshers, we doesn't know
true.
much of the things. So if you are experienced, then you have something in your hand with the work experience. But still, it's a very important. Preparation is the only key. Okay. So I guess everything you have detailedly explained upon every aspect. So Sushit, thanks for that, and
Yeah, yeah.
thanks for coming here. Once again, congratulations for your success. Let you
Thank you
have
so
a
much, ma'am.
great career. So I hope you have shared everything. Would you like to add something, or are we good to close upon the call?
No, ma'am, I would, yes, ma'am, I would like to add that there will be a question at the end. I was asked that, do you have any question for do you have any question for me? The interview asked me. So for that question, that I would recommend everybody to actually prepare one or two at least questions for that. That question brings a lot of impact about it increases your interaction with the interviewer. My interview went on like for 25 to 26 minutes approximately. Though Infosys mentioned it will be around 19 minutes, but my it went on to 26 minutes because I for this particular thing, because when
Mhm.
she asked me, do you have any question for me? I asked my interviewer that. like I asked two questions. One of them were that what is a day-to-day role looks like as a system engineer at Infosys. So she explained me pretty well. For she went on straight on 3 to 4 minutes to answer that question. She explained me what is the thing, how like at the beginning stage it will be mostly about learning. It is a learning curve that you have to adapt. You have to be your training part. They'll teach you a lot, and you have to be adaptable with the learning things. And she explained me it very well. And after that, I again asked another question that like I assume that you are from Infosys. You have been working with Infosys for very long. So what is a favorite part for what is a favorite part being part of that Infosys company? So she smiled and she said that look, Infosys is a nice company. She answered that as well for 2 to 3 minutes. So I felt that was a quite interaction with me with the interviewer. So I would recommend everybody to prepare at least two questions for asking. So this is your chance to interact more with the interviewer, and it leaves a good impact. So
Yes,
yeah.
true, exactly true. So
Hmm,
take this point as considered. Obviously,
true.
you should have 1 to 2 questions with you, and these kind of valid questions too. Make sure that questions are valid enough to ask. It's not like there are how
Right,
many
right,
members in your family, how
right,
you
right.
are doing, how was your Corona days. It's not like that. Something very relevant. Okay. Okay. So once again, thanks, Shursit. This is going to help a lot of students.
I really
Okay.
hope, ma'am. I really hope because in my days of preparing for interviews, I have just taken help from these live interview experiences only because it helped me a lot to stay motivated to understand. So I really hope this my experience also helps a lot of other students. So
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
so much for having me here, ma'am.
Sure, sure, no problem. You're welcome. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubts or requirements regarding any of your placement concern, you can drop that in the comment section. We'll definitely try to bring content related to that. So, friends, everybody, all the best for whoever preparing for that. And until I come up again, everybody stay safe, stay happy, and stay tuned to Online Study for You.